After the X-Men, Spider-Man and the Hulk, superheroes are now officially back in fashion, which must mean that it's time for a new incarnation of Superman. Smallville tells the story of Clark Kent before the legend of Superman was born. He doesn't wear glasses, there's no suit, and he can't fly. But Clark is still saving the day. I'm here in Vancouver to meet the best-looking cast in television since Dawson's Creek.
Print!
You got all the mod content.
37 Frank, take 2.
Hey!
Mark.
I got the tea.
Hey! But for those who are unfamiliar with the Smallville story, here's how it began.
Clark?
And for those of you under the age of 25, Bo Duke was the blonde-haired heartthrob in the 1980s cult series The Dukes of Hazzard.
I was very busy doing that. I was a fan of, certainly of the television show. I did see the movies. I liked the movies.
You know, I saw the Richard Donner movies, the first one with the Lex Luthor portrayed by Gene Hackman. Genius. I mean, how do you top that?
Which is the first Superman that you really remember? Please don't say Lois and Clark.
I think that's I might have to say Lois and Clark. I didn't read the comic books. I didn't know any of the incarnations.
Lois, wake up. I'm getting us out of here.
Did you watch Lois and Clark?
No.
Never?
I've seen a few episodes. Actually, one of the episodes that I came across late night on TV once was this scene where Clark is sitting with his parents and he says, you know, they're talking and all of a sudden he says, where did I come from? And I was jumping for the remote going, turn the channel, turn the channel. No! I didn't want to know what what their concept was or what their idea. We just really want to take this on, you know, what Al and Miles, the writers, have given us.
Christopher Reeve, Dean Cain, and now Tom.
Tom Welling. But this is, I think, the first young Clark Kent, though, isn't it?
No, I think so. Now, Annette, you were in Superman 3.
Yes.
And who did you play?
I played Lana Lang.
So you've, of course, worked with Christopher Reeve as Superman. So how does our Tom compare?
It's so different because Christopher is playing Superman.
Yes.
Clark is playing, we don't know Superman exists in our little world of Smallville. I mean, he's yet to be born.
One of the great things about this particular reincarnation of Superman is that we find out why he makes good choices later on in life. We find out that it wasn't always, you know, he didn't land here and decide, I'm going to do the right thing. I know always what the right thing is. With Tom playing Clark Kent, there's many, many times where he just he doesn't know what to do.
Come on, Dad, you played football in high school?
That was different, son.
Why?
You know why.
If we go running half speed, no one hit anybody.
A lot of things can happen in the heat of the game, son.
Even though the outside of this building looks like an old meatpacking factory, which in fact it was, it houses the three main sets for the programme Smallville. Behind me is Lex Luthor's mansion. On the other side of that, you'll find the Kent family barn. And through that door there is the rather delightful Kent family house. Now, don't be confused if the man you saw sitting down you thought was Tom, who is Clark. It isn't. That's actually his photo double. Oi, Rob, come here. So you are Superman's hands.
Superman's hands. I do a lot of the blur speed stuff.
So do you think, actually, really, it ought to be you?
I'm glad it's me.
No, being Clark.
Oh, should Clark be me?
No, should you be Clark? Fortunately, the rest of the Smallville cast are a bit more on their toes than our Rob was, and they have to be. Other shows can take up to a month to shoot an episode. The Smallville team do it all in 8 days.
We are doing a show called Nicodemus.
Okay.
It's all about these people inhaling the pollen of this special kryptonite-infected flower. I can't believe I just said all that.
Everybody starts their inhibitions just escape them, and they're free to say what they want, how they really feel deep down inside.
And what's happened, and what's...
Right now we're going to the Kent establishment, the Kent house.
Yeah.
And I show up and I want to see, because Mr. Kent got in a car accident, I want to see if he's all right.
13 Echo, take 2, Mark.
Action!
Hi, Lex, come in.
What do you want?
I heard you pulled one of my employees out of a car today. I wanted to see if you were all right.
No, you didn't. You wanted to see if I was going to sue you or not.
Jonathan, that's enough.
No, Martha, it's not enough. You see, I don't like Lex Luthor. I don't like Lionel Luther, and I don't like your friendship with my son.
How often do they change what's on the
Michael
script?
never changes a word.
Really?
Never.
Who's the worst? Who throws in the odd
Well, I
here,
don't
there?
think worse is a fair thing. I would say that some of them take some creative freedom that they're entitled to take.
Cut.
Who's your favourite character, as in the character?
Relax.
Somebody left a chocolate starfish on the counter.
Do you have a laugh? I mean, is it all really heads down when you're filming, or is it quite light-hearted?
We have a laugh, and its name is Michael Rosen.
Yeah.
That's me. You know what they say about men with space in their teeth.
After the break, I'll be touring the set with the Boy of Steel. Plus, find out how our very own Kelly Brook got on with bad boy Lex Luthor.
Want a private tour?
I thought you'd never ask.
We had a kissing scene the first day we shoot together.
In this episode, there's a flower that makes you do your innermost desires. And I'm really mad at Lex Luthor because he's befriended Clark Kent, who used to be my best friend.
Yeah.
And I think he's evil, and his father is just corrupting everything in Smallville. So one of my inner desires is to come kill him. So this is my attempt on his life. Clark can't see it, but I can. Now you're gonna pay.
As Clark Kent, Tom Welling is in virtually every scene of Smallville, which means his filming schedule is demanding to say the least. But I managed to grab a bit of a chinwag with the ex-male model turned superhero.
Guys!
Thank you. Oh, so this is the Kent household.
Yes, the Kent farmhouse.
So how long have you lived here, or the character?
Let's see, 10 years?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, you're such a cute baby.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you think so.
Is that really you, or is that?
It's not me. Nothing here is what it seems. We can move walls and ceilings and everything.
So what was it about the script that made you take the part?
Well, first thing about the script was that it was different than what I expected. It was a lot of layers as far as where it could go and what was going on. And I really just thought it was really cool. You have to think about, is this something you want to do? Given the limited amount of knowledge you have on this material and this show, is this something you want to agree to for the next 5, 7 years of your life? And that's a big commitment no matter what you're doing. So there was that, as well as the idea of possibly being pigeonholed into this role.
How'd you do that? It's in the genes.
What's the best thing about working on this show?
The cast. I think we all want to be here. Actually, today, in the scene that you saw, I don't know if you picked it up, but it was, we were all kind of, we finished the blocking and we were all kind of mulling around and trying to figure out what was going on. And I kind of said, isn't it great that we all care so much that we're all trying to find a way to make this better? And we all do. We all really care about this and we all want to be here.
Go back to my hair. I didn't know where I was, that's why. I'm right here. Now I'm set. Perfect. Keep rolling, keep rolling.
As all true Superman fans know, Lex Luthor is traditionally Superman's arch-enemy.
Clark?
But in Smallville, he's a good guy.
I didn't see you.
For now, at least. Michael, so you got to play Lex Luthor. When you took the part, did you think he's going to be really nasty? And actually, you've turned out so far for us to be quite a nice guy.
No, I made sure I wasn't going to play the typical, stereotypical Lex Luthor. I wanted to be someone that was, I wanted to reinvent the character.
How is it?
It's perfect.
So the first thing one has to think about is, when you got the part,
Right.
the hair. Did you get the part when you had hair?
Yes. I'm
So-
not a moron.
No.
I thought to myself, I'm not going to shave my head for this audition. I'm going to get the part, and then the hair came off.
But I was
The
gonna
hair
say,
came
but-
off 2 days before we started filming.
Has it affected your normal life? Because when you have a week off,
I can't believe.
no,
Not to be cocky, but
No.
I'm getting more women now.
really seriously.
Yeah, I swear to God.
So you worked with the delightful Kelly Brook.
Yes.
She
was
came over,
delightful.
and she's quite big in the UK. Is she massive here?
She's massive everywhere. Andy, she's.
Did you manage to get on, Kelly? Get on with Kelly?
I got along with Kelly, but she's got a wonderful
personality,
fiance, but who, you know, is a very nice guy, very strong.
Yeah,
very strong, man. I don't want to mess with that. You came to play on my hatred of my father. Now I'm going to play on yours. Why take one company when you can take two?
You know they'd probably kill us.
Probably. But that's what makes life interesting.
How did she do?
She did great. She was she works hard.
Yeah.
I mean, I met her one night and we had a kissing scene the first day we shoot together.
Your relationship with you and Clark.
Yeah.
So tell me about it.
It's complicated, you know. Lex is he's a kid who grew up and you know, from a rich family. His mother died when he was younger. His father, he resents his father. He's kind of in the shadow of his father. His father goes to Metropolis, and he leaves Lex in Smallville to manage a factory in the middle of nowhere. Thanks, Dad. So he meets this young Clark Kent because he hits him with his car at 60 miles an hour in a Porsche, and Clark Kent saves his life, and the friendship begins.
I could have sworn I hit you.
You did. And be dead. I find it the most interesting relationship because you know where both of these characters end up later on. But it's how do they get there? That's the interesting part. And their scenes and the episodes are always, you know, just on the line of, you know, Lex going bad or something happening. And it really keeps the energy and the intensity there.
What did you do? Don't worry, Roger. I'm gonna give you a new identity. One that's a little less upstanding. Maybe a murderer. Maybe a drug dealer. Either way, you lose your job, your house, and your family.
Interestingly enough, a lot of the relationships in Smallville run in threes in a triangle. I don't know if anybody's told you this yet.
No, they haven't, so please tell away.
It's sort of, there's Clark and Lana and Whitney. There's Clark, Lex, and Clark's father. There's Clark, his father, and his mother. Clark, Pete, and Chloe. So it's all kind of a triangles, and they all kind of intermix and intertwine and make things really interesting.
So in the scene we saw you shoot today between yourself, your father, and Lex, that's one triangle of its own, isn't it?
Yeah, Jonathan just doesn't want me to have anything to do with him, but knows that he needs to give his son space to make his own decisions about people.
Son, you all right?
I'm okay.
Who's the maniac who was driving that car?
That would be me. Lex Luthor.
I'm Jonathan Kent. This is my son.
Thanks for saving my life.
I'm sure you would have done the same thing.
You're quite an extraordinary boy there, Mr. Kent. If there's any way I can repay you.
Drive slower.
You know, Lex is a good judge of character. He sees this insecure young kid in high school, and Clark's got secrets, and Lex has a lot of secrets, so I think they share that. They both have a lot of similarities, even though they come from two different backgrounds, so.
I had a team go over this thing inch by inch. They tell me there's no way the impact could have ripped open the roof like this.
They must have made a mistake.
Do you remember anything about the accident?
No, just that I pulled you out, that's it.
Do Lex and Clark eventually become enemies before the end of the series?
Well, I can't tell you that, Andy.
No, you can.
You'd stop watching. You can. like he's watched before.
Aiding Clark in his adventures are unwitting sidekicks Chloe and Pete.
Oh, nice catch. Well, it's kind of like a three-way friendship we have between Allison Mack's character, Chloe, Clark, and I.
Chloe is Clark's best friend, and she is the head of the newspaper at the school. She's from Metropolis. She is Pete, also one of Pete's best friends. The three of them are kind of like the little Scooby-Doo trio that figure everything out every episode. And she ends up taking Clark to Metropolis in the end, so she's kind of the link to the rest of the Superman stories.
I'll catch up with you later.
Chloe also has a burning desire to become more than just Clark's friend. Unfortunately for her, he's got eyes for someone else.
I just don't look like Kristen Krug, see? It's the dark and beauty and all that stuff. When you can't have something, it makes you want it even more. Clark can have Chloe in a heartbeat. He can't have Lana in a heartbeat.
Lana's always, well, she is and always will be the sort of the intangible love for Clark. You know, he's always going to get so close to her, but something's always going to keep them apart.
And that something is usually Lana's boyfriend, high school quarterback and all-round golden boy, Whitney Fordham.
What is it with you and my girlfriend, Kent?
Nothing.
So why is she dating such a loser?
Well, he isn't a loser.
Oh,
he just,
come on.
He,
Do you know what I mean? He's such a, he's exactly what you expect.
yeah, but she sees
And I think
more
you're
in
cleverer
him.
than that.
She is.
I really do.
She does see something in him that everyone else doesn't. And the creators and the producers and the writers haven't really shown that side of him very much. But it's there, really, it is.
Are you sure now?
I'm sure. She wouldn't be with him if not. I mean, Clark's there. Clark's amazing. She could be with Clark.
He's a very caring individual. He loves Lana so much. He would do anything for her. And if anybody was to get in the way, he would defend her, you know, as much as he humanly could. And he's a very sweet and sensitive guy. You just don't get to see that because he's kind of got a gruff exterior.
You never really know what's going to happen. You know that they're not going to get together.
Yeah.
But they get so close at times where you really want it to happen.
That's the thing about Clark Kent. He's not always there when you want him, but he's always there when you need him.
It's a fine distinction.
You're the one who listens.
I do.
You're the one who's here. Lana, are you still at it?
Do you think Clark will ever get your girl?
I hope not. Jeez, I hope not. Then where would I be?
But what is it that's made Smallville so successful?
It's just a quality show. I think the writing is the way it's shot, and I like the actors, obviously.
I think it's got something for everyone. You know, it's got a lot of great action, great special effects.
We have a combination of characters. Everybody can identify with somebody on our show. We have 8 people and they're all different.
Smallville's a cross between Superman, the X-Files. It's kind of like the S-Files in a way, isn't it?
It has all the elements. It's fanciful, it's dramatic, it's funny, it's romantic. It's all the elements that make something interesting.
I mean, this is a show that I shoot 14 hours a day, 5-6 days a week, and I still tape it on Tuesday night to see how it turned out. I mean, I still enjoy it.
So, will Clark ever get his girl? Will Lex ever discover his secret? And most importantly, will you ever get to see Tom Welling in skin-tight blue lycra and red underpants? Only Smallville has the answers. Now, there's that poster of you, right? Do you remember the one to launch the series? You on the S.
Oh, yeah, on the Scarecrow.
Yeah, the Scarecrow poster. Looking quite trim.
Thank you.
Somebody who looks that trim, what would he eat for dessert?
Probably 3 pieces of pie and 4 scoops of ice cream.
Anything else, Tom?
No, that's all. That's all you saw me with.
Anything else, Tom?
I don't think so. What else is there?
Good.
That's a good burger.
A shakedown with my heart again, kinda like a break.